welcome to Sunday Vibes. I am your host, Carrie, Irene Crosby. So I hope you're looking good, feeling good, smelling good, all the goods. Where you from out there? Put your city and state in the comments below. Make sure you tell your people we live. Tag them, text them, call them, do what you gotta do, but get them in the room, because we about to get to some good stuff. So get your favorite beverage, a snack, and maybe even a pencil and pen, because we about to go in. Facebook, it's your favorite face. At least I hope my favorite face. I look forward to sharing some energy with y'all today. And yes, I do know it's not Sunday. And yes, this is really live. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to come on Sunday, but that does not even matter. What matters is that I'm here now, and it is Tuesday, and we still gonna give you some Sunday vibes. We still gonna give you some good stuff, and I still hope you're looking good, you're feeling good, you're smelling good. All the goods, and I got a good guest with me today too. So I just want to make sure that you got your pen, your pencil, or whatever, because you might want to write down our contact information, because we just that cool that you're gonna want to keep in contact with us after this episode. So today I am introducing someone who I've known for a long time, but I feel like I just met. But it seems like I don't know, I don't know. It's one of those things that I would label on the kismet, just meant to be, just happens to be aligned with who I am, where I'm going. And I dare to say she feels the same. So I'm not going, like they say in church, prolong the time. I want to introduce you to Ibeth Ayala. Did I say your last name right? I got your first name, I think, but did I say your last name right?
I was
Ayala?
close. Oh,
Ayala?
yeah, Ayala, that's perfect. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Welcome, Ibeth. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited. It's snowing outside, so it's good.
Is it
Yeah,
again?
it is again.
Well, needless to say, she's in a cold climate. I'm not going to disclose where she is. Some people don't like people know where they are, but she got snow on the ground, y'all. Anyone else out there got snow? Like, where y'all live? If you watching, let us know where you're staying, where you're living, and what the weather's like where you at. What's going on next level? I used to work with him at what were we? American Eagle, Air Patrol. So many retail places, I can't keep up. But thank you for tuning in with us. Namaste to you as well. So tell us, Ibeth, tell everybody a little bit about yourself today, and we're just gonna have a just nice fluid conversation. But I want them to know a little bit about you before we get started.
Okay. Well, my name is Ibeth. I know. Let me get started. Let me get comfortable here. So, first things first, my name's Ibeth Ayala. Yes. The most important thing is I love animals, and I have 3 dogs. So you might see them pop up, which is why I have the headset. Otherwise, if they bark, you hear them. I also live out in the middle of farms. So sometimes they're farming equipment and they'll start barking, which is why my headset is my best friend today. Um, yeah, what can I tell you about me? I love creativity, and I love anything that inspires creativity, and I love connecting with humanity to figure out how we can co-create a better world. I do
Mm-hmm.
different things. I do a lot of different things. I do innovation coaching. Innovation coaching is my biggest thing because innovation has to do with creativity, and I just told you that I love it. Creativity has to do with creating things. I told you that I love co-creating a new world, and I get to do it in a professional setting, like with businesses, corporations, startups, and I get to do it with everyday people. Like, how do we design a life that we love? And I use different tools that can help us. So There you go.
Nice.
Something about me.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the most important question because you need to. I feel like they need to know this, and she has no idea what I'm gonna answer. That's the funnest. That's the best part about it. I feel like you need to know the answer to this question so that you already know it by the end of this broadcast, so you can get in touch with it. Are you taking clients?
No,
No.
no. I'm taking
Yes, you are. What is it?
collaborators. I don't call them
Okay,
clients. I call them
collaborators.
collaborators.
Okay,
People that
perfect.
are willing
Perfect.
to work with me. Yeah. So yes,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely, definitely. Um, yeah. I know. You're like, what? What do you know? Collaborators. I love collaborating. I used to be
I
a
didn't know that.
consultant.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
I know. Well, you didn't know what you were. I didn't know what you were going to ask me. You didn't know what I was going to say. See? Um, but
Exactly.
when I was a consultant, I work with organizations like international organizations that refer to their, clients, and
Yep.
it was always like this relationship, almost like a parent-child relationship. The clients came in like, "What do I need? Tell me." With me, it's more like, "Let's collaborate. Let's tell me what you're looking for, and I'll tell you how I can support you. And if I'm not the right person, I'll help you find someone that can." And that's for me collaboration. So yes, I'm looking for collaborators, also known as clients. I'm working with them. I'm open to them. Let's
Hey,
go with it.
I'm with you with the collaborators. That's what it's going to be from here on out. Collaborators. I love that word as well because hey, HBA, like there's so many things that when you and I talk or speak or even like posts that you post, that so many things. It's just like, man, it's like a page out of my book. It's a page out of my story. It's like a lot of the same words, a lot of the same ideology, a lot of the same morals and values, which is the most important part. Just when you can see the similarity in the core of a person, I think that's what matters the most. Now we ain't gonna go no further without telling everybody that she's also a best-selling author, an international best-selling author, and I got the link right here for you too. I'll try to stay on my P's and Q's. No risk, no fun. The human side of innovation in insurance, and I believe this here. So if anybody wants to check it out, read over it, those types of things, you can go, you can download it, enjoy it. But I want this to spin into what's coming next for you. Because even though, we don't live in the future by no means, but we know that each day that we have, we are actually, preparing for something greater and bigger. And I believe that's what she's doing. So can you tell them a little bit about what you got going on next?
Yeah. So one thing that's important to talk about that book is it says human side of innovation in insurance. So don't get put off and be like, oh, not those people. Believe me, I work with insurance for almost a decade, and I've heard it. I've asked people to go out and talk to people. What do you think about insurance? What comes to your mind? So I know it, and I'm a disruptor at heart. I don't mind going around and, people are always like, don't ruffle feathers. Oh, I'm ruffling feathers, plucking them out and everything. Like, let's just get to it, right? So, but what's important about this book is, even though it says that, the reason why it was transparent is because a lot of the stories I share in there as examples of innovation and the human side of it is insurance related. However, the whole concept of the book is about creativity and the human factors that are disregarded or ignored when we're working in innovation, whether it's for your business, for your clients, for your family. And that's something that we all have, whether you're a human in insurance, in mining, in coaching, in hospitals, whatever. So I just wanted to clarify that. So don't be put off by the insurance. Just know that the stories I share in there are people from the insurance industry. And actually, it's a beautiful thing because you actually get to see their human side. A lot of people forget that insurance people um, are human too. And I've seen their side, and they're the ones I've worked with, they genuinely want to help people, which is what they do. So that was it's important to throw that disclaimer out there so people can get
It's important because
um
you're right. Can be a trigger word for some people to turn them off because they assume that they know what it is. So I'm glad you did clear that up.
yeah, yeah. Actually, when I started working writing the book, I reached out to part of innovation is to reach out to your ideal clients and ask them questions. Does this resonate with you? Am I on the right track? Am I actually doing this for you, or am I doing this for myself? And a couple of them, when I told them I'm writing a book about innovation. They all loved it because they like my style. And they said, yes, yes, yes. When I said it's for insurance, a couple of the insurance people said, why? Ugh. And I reminded them why, because they're human too, and they're wanting to do amazing things in the world. So why not support them and empower them so they can go in and do, turn around what is currently happening in some places and make it better. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
100%.
So
Well, I'm
what's
excited
next for
about
me?
this. Yeah. Yeah. The new book. Or, yeah, next.
Well, since I love creating things, I launched that one. I'm working on translating that one into Spanish. That one's halfway through. And while that gets translated, I'm working on another book. This one is called From the Ground Up. And it's about designing a life that you love. And I'm planning to launch that one right before Mother's Day. So that book is for anyone that has felt, is feeling, potentially might feel like they hit rock bottom, and how can they continue life in a different way? How can they get up, and what is there out there that can support them to do what it is that we're here to do, design a life that we love? And yeah, that's in the process, along with an online program that will go hand in hand with that. So that's my
Okay.
latest baby.
So what inspired it? Tell me what inspired you to write that one.
That one actually, me, me at 24, going through my first divorce, making a big decision of this marriage doesn't work for me. It's physically abusive. Um, I stayed for 3 years, and I stayed out of fear, fear at the beginning of what are people going to say about me? What is my family going to think? Divorce doesn't exist in my family. I was the first one that got divorced, and that was scary for me. And because of the nature of the relationship, fear of leaving. The one time I did ask, for a divorce, it turned out that I almost lost my life. So when I finally was able to leave, I felt this immense freedom. I even had a dream about it. I dreamt that there was this bird in a cage, and the cage was like gold, but the door was open and the bird was like happy to go out there. And I was like, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Um, and at that moment, after the divorce, feeling all that freedom, I didn't know what to do. Though I forgot what it was like to have choice, to have possibilities, to see options. And I started little by little with there's a whole blueprint that I followed to rebuild my life and design it to where I was like, man, I love my life. Like, the decisions I made and the design that I created led me to move to Germany, led me to live in England, then moved to Canada, working, across the world. I've been to different countries that I never even imagined. I mean, I never thought Singapore would be a place for me. Meeting people and discovering so much of myself. And I give gratitude to that flame, that little spark in me that was like, no, we can do this. You can take that pencil, that brush, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to design with, and build what you want, regardless of what happened in the past, regardless of what, generationally has been happening. I can be the one to say, well, not for me, and it's okay. And just to be clear, no one in my family got angry at me for divorcing. Everyone was like, hey, your life, your thing, just go for it. So that was beautiful. But that was the moment that led me to take charge and say, okay, what do I need? And through that little blueprint that I talk about, I kept using it over and over, because it doesn't mean like, oh, I learned that and I was like, heck yeah, I got this. I don't need to work. Oh no. I then met, other people in my life that were abusive, whether it was friends or sometimes our bosses, toxic relationships in the workplace. And I had to go back to my little bag and be like, okay, how did I get out of that one? How did I
Yeah.
move through? And I realized, oh, wait, this is a thing that you just keep doing over and over. It's like innovation. You have a process, you have a product, and you keep making it better as you move along. So that was the inspiration of this thing. And then I had this vision, like just write a book, share it. It might help one person. Sometimes we may not be in abusive relationships. This doesn't mean like it's only for them. Sometimes the abusive relationship is with ourselves. If if we're having a struggle loving ourselves. And so why not? Oh, look, hey. Is that Amadis? Yeah, I know. I like to say hi to, I mean, like, let's acknowledge who's coming in. Except I butcher the names, but anyway.
I always have to
Um,
wave. I'm like,
hello. But yeah, that was the inspiration of from the ground up. And just a reminder, like we constantly get to redesign our life because we're constantly adjusting and evolving.
okay.
Who we are
Yeah.
now, it's not who we were 10 years ago. It's not even who we were a week ago. Our relationship, you and I, and how we are supporting one another to reshape ourselves, it's different than who we were 2 weeks ago. Like, how amazing
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah. That is, and that's, I mean, that's true innovation right there. You know, the phrase where we say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. I dare to
Hmm.
say that we're the same person, because then, because like you said, the more you get to know about yourself and you start to realize it's something that you're constantly doing and you're always recreating yourself, it's because you are the student and you are the teacher. And if you don't listen to your innate ability to edit yourself, you lose in the game because that's when you start to play. When you start to play a game is when you're going by what outside things say versus the inner calling for you, your roadmap, your fingerprint, your DNA. Like we don't have so many specific things for no reason. It's for a reason that
True.
everything's so specific to each person. It's because you're the only one that's going to do it the way you're going to do it. Period. So you got to make sure that you're choosing that. So someone who is reading this book, and hey, Michelle, anyone who's reading this book, or is enticed by what you're saying about this book, and being where you are right now in your life, what would be some words of encouragement that you would give them right now that would kind of let them know, yeah, I think this would be the book that I needed to read, just for no other reason than to just for that connection that someone else is feeling this too.
A reminder that like you're not alone. No matter what, someone else is going through either the same thing or something similar. And I humbly share that when I was in that situation, I was only, I was 21 when I got married. I went out all like, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm an adult. I got this. And then it was like, what's happening? Um, so it took a few months. It wasn't long before that started shifting, and he was like, I ain't got this. Like, what do I do? And then like, who do I go? Who can I talk to? Because it's embarrassing, right? Mainly because I knew I wasn't going to leave yet for many reasons. And one of the biggest things to remember is we don't need to justify to people the decisions that we make. As a result of that relationship, I worked in a shelter for domestic violence victims after I got divorced. And it was the most beautiful job I've ever had. And I understood when the women came in looking for shelter, the importance of listening to them without judging them. They didn't see collaborating. They didn't need me to be
Right.
like, this is what you need to do. No, because
Right.
whether it's at work, with a family, with a friend, with a spouse, no one really knows what's happening but you. And
Mhm.
it's a very sensitive thing to say because sometimes it can be very dangerous to stay. Like it can. We've seen so many, sad stories that don't end well. However, I remember, like, if I was younger, if I was 21, 22, if I could whisper to myself, and I probably did, remind myself, like, stay alert, stay open. Like, listen to, what you just said, listen to yourself. Like, what do you need? What's going to help you stay safe? And then start looking for help. And you're not alone. Like, I remember one day I left the house and I was in my car, and I got pulled over by a sheriff, and this was in Alabama, and I got pulled over by a sheriff. And I was crying, and he looked at me and he said, "Do you need a place to stay?" And I was like, "No," because in my mind I was thinking, "I don't know, I'm not homeless. I don't need no." And he said, "If you do, there's a shelter here and here." I didn't go because I was embarrassed, because I didn't know what to expect there, because I didn't want to accept that that wasn't, that wasn't healthy. So I slept in my car. But what I'm trying to get here is, no matter what's happening right now, there is someone else going through it. And it's very helpful if we just stay open, to this conversation. Maybe this conversation that you're listening to, it's already helpful. It's the seed that needs to be planted for hope. Maybe you've been praying for something. And not that you and I have the answers, Carrie, but it's more about, we're here to support, we're here to collaborate when you're ready, right? The book is there for when you're ready to read it, when you're ready to start designing your own life, when you're even curious. You may be like, I don't need that, but let me see, what if I did, what would it look like?
Mhm.
And just go with that, right? So yeah, it's a simple step that I'm sharing in there. It's really, it starts with connection with ourselves, like,
That's
and a
awesome.
lot of us are missing that, because a lot of us are more connected to social media. A lot of us are more connected to judgments of others. A lot of us are more connected to expectations. Um, like the basic example I share is, I was like, what is marriage? My answer to that was, oh, well, marriage is hard, and you have to work hard at it. And because that's all I ever heard. When I kept
Yeah.
seeing how hard that was, I was like, heck no, that I don't want marriage to be like that for me. I mean, it's good that
No, thank
people
you.
receive that, but I was like, not for me. I want it to mean something
Yeah,
different. And that's the beauty
yeah.
that we forget, right? So baby
Mhm.
steps. And the first baby step is taking a deep breath to help us connect with ourselves. What do we feel? What's guiding us that we're not hearing? So yeah, that's my tidbit on that.
That's your tidbit. That's a good tidbit right there. I mean, I'm over here
Yeah.
writing notes too. We all need tidbits every now and then, right? So one of the things I want to make sure that everyone knows that is listening is, I mean, because there's no way that nothing been said here that didn't touch you in some kind of way. Sunday is the master class. It's the monthly master class I do for HBA. Ibeth has volunteered, might I add, and that's one of this is why these are the reasons why I know that we are aligned, and a lot of people that I am aligned with right now, that it's just so kismet, is because I pray for this. I was like, so many times I'm reaching out to people and I'm asking people, and I don't want to, if I expect something from someone, the only one that can keep up with those expectations, because that is the one that sets them. But if someone offers and someone wants to do something, there's nothing to hold an expectation of, because I want to be able to open with open arms what people do, and what people do they're so passionate about they just can't help but do it. And then Eva showed up and offered this, so she's going to be doing some breath work. And we don't know what else. We'll see how she contributes further. We're going to be talking more about it today, about the structure of the masterclass. So please come. If you want to learn more, come and network, and let's collaborate together. And so that we can stay connected to that root that she's talking about. We can stay connected to that instinct that I talk about. It's the same thing. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And I dare to say that I'm sure someone who's listening to this has been curious, and their interest has been piqued about, even if you don't know what we're talking about, something in you recognizes it. It's familiar to you because you know what pull feels like sometimes when things just seem to be locking into place. Just as you're walking by, you see something that you rarely see, or just as you're cooking, you realize you got an ingredient that you thought you had to go to the store for. Just as you, just a little thing, everyday things, synchronicities start to happen. And I think that this live is one of them. We were supposed to do it Sunday, and people are showing up on a Tuesday. So if you showed up today, then this was definitely for you. Come by and check us out Sunday. It's free. There ain't no charge. I mean, we'll throw our cash app out there if you want to be, but it is free. It is completely free. It will always be free because I want to make sure.
We can always receive hot Cheetos per mail. I'm just saying.
Listen, I'm now, with Facebook, I'm gonna give you a PO box, but I'm gonna give you my address. But we accept hot Cheetos by the tons, okay? Hey, you just send us a little gift card for it. We'll go get them. Oh goodness, that is so funny. I think I got some right here. They're not hot, but they're Cheetos.
But they're Cheetos.
And we also accepting sponsorships from Cheetos. Cheetos, shout out to Cheetos. Because we eat them like we getting paid to, for sure. But come by and see us Sunday. We like to have a good time. We like to keep lighthearted, but we also ain't scared to cry. If anybody seen any of my Facebook lives, I cry at the drop of a hat. And I just want you to come and allow yourself to be where you are, to really focus on what that connection feels like, and to see if your ear and your inner ear picks up anything that you can take back with you and use immediately. That is always my number one hope, is that something that you learn, you can use it immediately and immediately change the dial in the trajectory of where you're going in a positive direction. So I love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. And I want you to come to the masterclass and get some of this love on you, because that's what we're going to do. All right. So before we get off here, I want to say masterclass coming up. She will also be a contributor, a collaborator with my women's meetup, the Sacred Queens meetup that we're having in August 2nd. Tickets are going to go on sale by the end of this week. So make sure you get them. It's $25. I'm thinking $25, 2 people for $40. Come on. We're going to eat some food. We're going to have a good time. We're going to do a lot of laughing, do a lot of dancing, do a lot of hugging. It's going to be an amazing time. Again, that's going to be August the 2nd. And again, let me put this up here before we get out of here. If you want to get the book, this is the link. I'll also put the link in the comments so you can download that. And then she will be coming out with a new book in May. For those who are looking to read a little bit more about the connection and what she wants to share about it. So what are your final words today, Miss Ibeth? And thank you so much for being here. Leave them with a little something.
Well, first and foremost, I just thank you. I'm so grateful that we reconnected and that we just keep showing up, we just keep showing up. It's amazing. So I'm grateful for that. And for everyone else, well, thank you for coming today, and thank you for your patience. And a gentle reminder, just if anything, the rest of today, remember to breathe. Ideally from your nose, inhale from your nose. We're going to talk about this on Sunday, but it's important. There's a reason why we breathe in through our nose. Please breathe in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. I know it sounds random, but that just gives you a hint of where we're headed. But remember, because when we don't breathe properly, we actually create stress within our body. People don't know that a lot. So please take a moment, even if it's just one minute. Set up your timer. Put your phone down, because the phone's going to tell you when the timer's off, so you don't get too panicky. So put the phone down and just close your eyes and just breathe in for 4 seconds. And exhale through your mouth slowly for 4 seconds. And just see what that feels like for you. Just feel your body. And just repeat that in for 4. And out for 4. Just 60 seconds. See what happens, see what feels, and then go about your day, and then come on Sunday and we'll do a little bit more of that.
Yes, indeed. Y'all better be ready. It's gonna be good. And tell your friends too. Send the message to your friend. Tag somebody in this live. I will put the Amazon link, the website link also in the comments, and also include the link for Sunday. So thank you guys so much for spending time with us today. And remember to be your own kind of beautiful, okay? We love you so much. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Adios. Bye-bye.
All right, so for y'all that don't know me, I can be a whole vibe. You know why I'm a whole vibe? Because there was a lot of years that I'll be who she wanted me to be. I'll be who he wanted me to be. I'll be who my mama wanted me to be. But I decided to just be me.
Hey everybody, this is Coach Tiffany Parra, visionary author, life coach. I wear a lot of hats, but anyhow, I want to talk to you about this awesome and amazing conference that we just recently had. Here in sunny Southern California, in Rancho Cucamonga, I hosted the first annual Girl Powerhouse Network. For someone, as me as a host and as someone that has been the facilitator of this, it could be really stressful, but I will tell you, when Carrie got there and when she got in the room and started doing her thing, she really was able to bring some of that, ease to me. So if you are having an event and you just want somebody that's just absolutely magnificent, you are going to definitely want to check out Carrie Irene Crosby. Thank you so much. Happy conferences.